Hi everyone, it's Kiralee here. How's things going? Today's the 6th of April and I just thought I'd jump on. It's been a while. Things have been pretty intense, pretty hectic, pretty frustrating. There's lots of energies going on at the moment, so I thought I'd just jump on and see if we can explain or look into what's going on and why. So what I've experienced just over the last, couple of weeks, I guess, is despite me being really clear when requesting as a customer about what it is I'm wanting or would like, really clear. But for some reason, people are giving me what they think I want, not what I've asked for. And this is just not one specific thing, it's kind of a pattern, and it's really frustrating and just frustrating. And I'm getting to the point where people aren't listening. Why are people not listening to each other? We might be hearing, but as for listening, no. So I just thought I'd look into it a little further. What's going on with the energies? Just close that down. What's going on with the energies? What's going on with people? I mean, I know my personal opinion, but it's just yesterday I literally wanted to scream so loud. I've almost got this pent up energy sitting inside me, frustration, and it's got nothing to do with not being able to go anywhere and do anything or anything like that. It's communication or comprehension. And communication, integrity. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Or if you can't do it, just let the person know, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm onto it. Courtesy. Where's that gone? Keeping, people are making excuses, I'm finding. Not taking responsibility for maybe over-promising and under-delivering. So, let's do some cards. I just find it really frustrating, actually, and that's my stuff. And I've been sitting here just allowing myself to feel that frustration. And where has it come from? Maybe not being heard as a child. Who knows? But this I feel is, not just me. I think there's a pattern of just people not listening. Not wanting to listen, I'm not sure. But let's ask the cards. That's the one there. Oh, the Ace of Pentacles. Whoops. Yeah, well, that would agree with me. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay, let's just, oops. Oh, Ace of Wands fell out on the floor. Oh, goodness me. Oh, well, I hope that's the end of it. I really do. Not, it's the start. Oh, shit. Oh, no. It's the start. if things are going to get really heavy, feeling things are going to get really heavy. Maybe it's time for people that can start delegating or offloading some of their burdens. You know, there's a lot of our traumas still. You know, it's getting to the point where we can't ignore them. We have to face them. We have to feel them. We have to forgive them. 3 Fs. Feel, face, forgive. Okay, Hanged Man. Seeing things, oopsie. Seeing things from a different perspective. You know, you may have been carrying the burden your whole life. You may have been carrying the trauma. And now it's time just to see it from a different point of view. We've got to stop blaming people. Got to stop blaming our past. We chose to experience everything we have prior to incarnating into this reality. What else can I say about that? Gosh, they're flying out all over the show. Okay, so there may be, I'm just not dealing with the Aces at the moment for some reason, but I'll get to them. So it's like, have I got these the right way? No, I feel I'm looking at them back to front actually. More. So it's almost like this burden, this heaviness that we are carrying around is coming to an end. And there's going to be a period of time where kind of nothing happens, I feel. Or a bit of reprieve or time just to take time out to achieve the happiness that we're looking for. Okay, so there'll be a period of time between the heaviness before the sun comes out, if you like. Okay. Now I'll come back to the Aces. So just it's almost like we're going to find a new way of doing things. We've got the earth and we've got the fire. So there is a new beginning. New cycle. Well, a couple of new cycles actually starting here. I think this, the Ace of the Ace of Pentacles is indicating a new direction or a new beginning of new dreams, new goals, new desires, new passions, new way of doing things, new work. that is going to seem quite burdensome. It's perhaps frustrating. We can relate that to what I was saying before. But just take your time, okay? Take your time, see it all from a different perspective. Don't be in such a hurry. Just maybe stop even, this, I kind of get tiredness, it's like coming to an end of a cycle. Oh, thank God, now I'm going to take a breather. Or just not be so intent on moving things forward, hard out, all on by ourselves. So there's a bit of a breather, and it's almost like things are going to work themselves out in a favourable way. So I'll just ask these cards. So how do we deal with it? How do we process what we're going through? How do we make peace with the 3 Fs? What aspect of ourselves do we need to work on at this time as a collective on the 6th of April 2022? Yeah, time out kind of works in with this card here. Okay, so it's just reminding us too that retreat is an act of strength. Okay, sometimes after all this, just what I was saying before about us just needing a breather, to just reflect and review. Sometimes we just need to get away from all the collective energies around us and to go and just sit quietly by ourselves somewhere in nature or somewhere, a sacred space that you may have created for yourself. So just reflect over your last 12 months. Look at where you've come from and where you are and where you want to go or where you want to be. That's the card on the bottom. Oh, the Mystery and Mastery card. That's beautiful. Okay, so yeah, okay, I'll look at these cards. Time out needed, mystery and the mastery of life, and then retreat. So it's all like we're needing to go within to kind of to make sense of our own journey at this time. So we've got a lot of the blues. So this is kind of spiritual stuff or energetic stuff. We've got throat, third eye, and crown chakras. So our communication, oh my gosh, I was talking about communication just before, and comprehension. So communicate. your goal, your desires, your future. Communicate it. You know, start making wishes. Wish upon a star. Make many wishes. And contrast is a really good indicator of what it is. If you're struggling about what it is you want, then, you know, look at contrast, because you know what you don't want, or we know what we don't want through our past experience. So just flip it. Whatever that was that you didn't like, the opposite. Interesting. Yeah, so big energy, so lots of rest. You know, listen to your body. hmm And if your body wants to rest, allow it to rest. Even if it's in the middle of the day, no matter what time of day. We're creating or we're birthing a new way of doing things going through this ascension process. And if I haven't said it before, I'll say it now, that ascension can be ugly. Because we're having to go within to find our fears, our traumas that are stopping us being the best version of ourselves. And in order to do that, we do need to quiet our mind. We do need to sit in the quiet and allow the feelings to come up. You don't even have to ask for specific feelings to come up. Just allow you to feel whatever it is you're feeling. And then perhaps ask yourself, what is it that I'm feeling? And just allow yourself to feel it. Don't judge it. Don't blame anyone. It's coming back as well to taking responsibility for our own decisions, our own choices. Okay, so let me think. Anything else on that? Okay. Oh, maybe in my pocket. Excuse me. Just put it in my pocket. Yeah. A piece of moldavite. Extraterrestrial stone crystal. Almost as I link in with this card, I almost feel like some gentle stretching, you know, something resistant stretching within your body, yoga, tai chi, you know, purposeful exercise, but gentle. Pilates, that sort of thing, just a gentle stretching. I just feel it's something to do with nice, long, slow breathing. So anything, any form of gentle resistance with the breath will help. Anything else, Spirit? Just on these. You know, there's going to be 2 opportunities at least for you to take the time to go within. Or be ready to go within. Because it is something you have to be ready for. Because as I say, it's not a pretty process when you're undoing everything you thought to be true. I mean, we as individuals, we are not our thoughts, we're not our feelings. We are constantly changing and evolving, and we're not set, our thoughts or feelings or beliefs even are not set within us, if that makes sense. So just because we believe something doesn't mean to say we're a certain person. Does that make sense? Let me say that again, because I don't even know if it makes sense to me. No, we're not. It's like we, let me get this straight. Our thoughts, feelings, actions, intentions are reactions to an experience. That's all. It's just a reaction. That's interesting. So these are the other 2 cards that came out: the passion, the love for life, and the higher realms and magic. So, whoopsie. So it's all spiritual stuff. It's all higher self stuff. It's all our ascension to the 5th dimension within self. It's all about ascension. Also, but just on another, touching on another one, you know, there may be some love. Some of the teachers, well, some only follow 3, 4 spiritual teachers are saying, you know, I mean, there's always love in the air, isn't there? But this may be a twin flame, or, you know, someone coming into your life. So believe it and you'll see it, if it's something you want, of course. Doesn't matter, anything you're passionate about, actually, you know. Believe in the magic. Believe that you can go higher vibrationally. You know, we can and we are. The planet is, and we just have to go with her. And no one gets left behind. You know, this is a time, it's almost like a time for rest. So much is going on and it's so intense. And it's like, it's almost like I just want to get the hell off this. Just can't I go somewhere to escape and let, you know, everything else work around? It's just crazy, crazy. Okay, Spirit, anything else? One last message. How are we going? 26 minutes. Well, actually, I know what we'll do. We'll have an animal. Let's have an animal and an ancestor. Seems how we had the 3 F's before. What was that? Fear, feel, and forgive. I might just write that down actually, because that's quite. Fear, feel, forgive. So once again, if you find yourself blaming anyone, you know, just remember, we came to Earth School to experience this. It was our choice. Whatever we've chosen, whatever we've experienced in our life, our soul chose to experience the feelings. So, you know, your soul chose that. So we can't even when, you know, when we perhaps didn't have a choice, and we experienced unpleasantness. Okay, so those people that we are blaming, for example, actually carried out what they were meant to carry out. So forgiveness, Ho'oponopono. When you feel you're, in fact, just say this every day, several times a day. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Anytime you find yourself having a negative thought or a judgment or a throwing a barb or a jibe or a straight away go into that state of, into your heart center, and forgive yourself for thinking that. Anytime you find yourself having a negative thought or your vibration dropping, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Oh. How beautiful. Demonstrate grace and majesty. It's the swan. Okay. So just what I was talking about, you know, when you've then we've got the monkey on the bottom. But I'll just deal with this one first because it was just relating to what I was talking about. You know, so when you can acknowledge your own negative thought and follow it up by a forgiving thought, such as Ho'oponopono, you know, you're acknowledging yourself. It's like you're checking yourself and you're knowing that that thought is not helping yourself or the collective. I mean, look at all that, um, the grace coming from the absolute center of her being, radiating out all that poise, that grace, that beauty, the gentleness. They're just going with it from your highest vibration. And even and you notice birds flying, they do look graceful, just soaring in the winds. Okay, so we have the swan. Let's see which angel or ancestor is with us through this month of April. Oh, leading up to, I meant to look when our full moon is, actually. So through this time of reflection, introspection, maybe think about what it is that you need to look at, excuse me, coming up to the full moon, because that's the time to release all the old stuff, all this old 3D heavy energy, heavy physical energy, emotional energies that we've been suppressing, that are now forcing us to look at ourselves. Okay, I'll just ask our angels and ancestors who would like to bring through a message today. Okay, we've got okay, so 4 of them actually fell out. I'll just lay them down here and I'll just link it with them. Okay. So the first one is the Air Guardian asking us to shift our perception. Okay, same with the Hanged Man, looking at things from a different point of view. Okay. Air is thoughts, is mindset, is mood, perception as well. Everything to do with the element of air. Okay, so she's helping you shift your perception to shed your old skin. Okay, so this is part of the ascension process as we raise our vibration to a higher frequency, then the old heavy stuff has to fall away. The old fear, the doubts, the insecurities, selfishness, all these lower energies, okay? And I was just getting kind of something like being drawn back into those old habits, old the old 3D sort of life that we've become accustomed to. If we find ourselves going back into that fear, or reaching for a drink, or if we made a commitment to not drink, or any bad habits that we have chosen to release. And there'll be times when we're drawn back to them. But what I find, because me too, and especially the last few couple of weeks, I actually haven't had a drink for, and it's not that I consciously stopped drinking. Oh, it was rosé. It was rosé, and was that in between my freedom fighting? So that's going back into February that I last had a drink. And I do have a bottle of bubbly in the fridge, and that's been there for probably longer. But the good thing about bubbly is once you open a bottle, you kind of got to drink the lot. So when I've been feeling like having a drink because I'm feeling frustrated, or you get to the point where you just want everything to go away. And I found myself thinking, oh, I'd like to have a drink. Should I just open that bubbly? And it's a nice bottle of bubbly, actually. So I don't want to waste it. And it's like, yeah, why not? Yeah. And then I think, no, just have water. Because the thing, as much as I like having a drink, not by myself anymore. And I haven't for quite some time, actually, but just got into, a bit of a, and it was a while back now, but a bit of a habit of, drinking regularly. And I've found that even if I just have a couple of glasses of wine, or maybe a couple of beers, whatever, and just a couple, I mean only two, not, a few, that I sleep restlessly. I don't have a peaceful sleep at all. It's no problem getting to sleep. I don't think it ever has been with me. But then at some point through the night, I'll wake, and then I'm like awake. And I'll toss and turn, and I might doze off and then wake up. It's terrible. So I don't want that. And that's not even having a bloody hangover. Add a headache to that. Oh, no. No, that just puts me off even before, that stops. That's good, actually. It keeps me in check. So I just go and sit down and drink some water, or make a cup of tea or something like that. But when we're going through these changes, it's really important to surround yourself with like-minded people, or those that are going to encourage you, not sabotage you. Okay, so we've got just part of the other two cards that fell out. Okay, we've got surround yourself with protection as well. Okay, we've got the arrow there, and I'm not sure what the book says about the arrow here, but I'm always a believer, or not a believer, but the symbol of the arrow is truth. The arrow of truth. The arrow is straight. It's not bent. Can't go round corners, or, it's straight. So your truth is your protection as well. And then we've got the card of summer, which is the bee, which is joy and happiness and high vibes and good stuff. So even if we just go to the first card that came out and the last card that came out, okay, shed your old skin to bask in the glory of joy and happiness and upliftment and life and all that brings. Okay, but it's a process. We can't just go from there to there. It's a process. So it can be sustainable. It can last. That transformation is an actual separation so that we don't go back to those old habits. It's like, I'll relate to smoking. When I stopped smoking back in 2004, and I've not had one since. I've certainly felt like them, but I don't want to go back there, because I know if I have just one puff, then I'm hooked again. Because, well, what's kept me from doing that over the years is telling myself I'm a nicotine addict, and I can't have just one puff. I don't want to anyway. And now I don't need to do that, because I'm okay. I don't. Although sometimes you think, oh, I just need, want to, imagine. Anyway, and then we get into, sorry, things we got told about cigarettes. Coming back to truth. Cigarettes once upon a time were marketed as helping asthma, good for your health, helping you relax, blah, blah, blah. Well, when I went through the process when I gave up, well, actually it was before I gave up, and I started noticing when I went and had a cigarette how my body felt, and it actually felt like it was getting tighter when I was having a smoke, not relaxing. So it's just one of those things we think, oh, I need a cigarette, and we think, oh, everything goes away, but actually no, it's still there. The cigarette is just a mask. So that's what I mean by going back into our old habits or our old beliefs, our old limits, sort of thing. So stick with it, we'll get there. We'll be higher, we'll be happier. Higher and happier, the two H's. Just keep your mind set, keep your thoughts of a high vibration. Okay. And when you find them dropping, don't judge yourself for it. Just correct it. And now I'll bring in the monkey, because he was on the bottom of the pack to the swan. experience all that life has to offer. That's right. Experience it. We make the decision of what to experience. So take responsibility for the decisions for where you are in your life. You know, the light is coming from their hearts or from the center of their being. The center of our being is our heart chakra. Okay, guys, I hope that's helped you in one way or another. Maybe help explain why things are like they are. And let's hope that they start to settle down, or we get more into the groove of keeping up with what's going on. So hang in there. Anything else I have to say? No, I don't think so. Except take care. Today's Wednesday, so midweek for those. It's just my Monday really here. So have a great week and lots of love and light and laughter to all of you. See you soon. Bye bye.